Welcome to Sunday service, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody doing with the spring forward? It was all good till it was 12:20 this morning, and then I go, oh God, it's 1:20. No, but it's fine. We're all here, so I'm excited. Last night oh my gosh, I had like the biggest scare of my life. So I'm in my little house, and in the backyard, like I hear this movement, and I'm like, you know, my adrenaline starts going, my heart is pumping, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, and it was loud, and it was, you know, not something that just fell, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I quickly grabbed my phone and I set my alarm system on. Okay, so that was like the first thing, right? And then I go to the back door, and you know, I have an automatic light so that if somebody walks by, it's on. So now I'm really freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, do I call 911? Do I, you know, and I'm like, don't panic, Colby, don't panic. But I'm panicking, but I'm saying don't panic, but I am. And then I'm like, what? And so I'm like looking out the windows, and then I see like a family of 4 little possums running through the backyard, and I'm like, So, and then this morning I go outside and I look at the pride and joy in my little herb garden, because everyone knows I don't cook, and I've been trying to grow an herb garden to move past my own stuff, and they dug up the herb garden. So yeah, so I like put a little picture of my strawberry up on Facebook yesterday, because I had a strawberry laying in the middle of the herb garden. But I'm like, no. So I had to replant everything this morning, but that's okay. It's all right. Little family. All right. So yeah, so we have some good stuff, I think, planned today. I asked Spirit what they wanted to talk about, and today it was love. So we're going to talk about love today. Yeah. Right? Because none of us are bitter. We're all fine. Really. All right. So this is our message from Spirit. Oh, is everybody's phone off before we get into the message from Spirit? All right. You spend so much time either searching for love or shunning it. You follow blindly into the world with a guarded heart. You find safety in this for some reason, but how has it served you? How has the guarded heart served your highest good? You let the sadness and pain you feel dictate your view of the connection with the world. It's easier to pretend to not feel or care, but there is no such thing as a broken heart in the view of our eyes. There are experiences, there are lessons, there are moments you wish you could handle differently, but each one has a purpose. Each one was intended for you by us. Love is a journey of the human spirit. Love is a path to connect with higher self and others. It is communication. Open your heart to allow for the greatest experiences possible, for love is the answer to every problem you could ever imagine. By working with an open heart, you can feel the deepest of all emotions, and that means feeling the greatest joy of another when you simply give them a look of acknowledgement that you understand. You can feel the joy and innocence of a baby's laughter, or the pure joy of a pet when they see you. You can feel the flutter of your heart when you meet someone new, and the everlasting love you have for a parent. You feel the love of a human heart. That connection is what the whole experience is about. Open the door of the heart, for it's the pathway to understanding it all. We don't connect two people to shut them down. We connect two people so that they can grow, expand, find their next lesson. We keep some of you together and we pull some of you apart. But always remember that we do this always with purpose. Trust us. Open your heart. This experience you are given is a short one. Make the most of your soul experience and allow your heart to feel every emotion possible. Every beat of your heart will only enrich you. We love you. We always have. We always will. Now go and love one another. So. Yeah, right?
Very good.
And so that made me think about love and about experience and how does it affect us and how does it affect our future? Because I feel like as young children, we tend to be more open. And what we're taught about love is really starts at that age. You know, what are your parents like? What is your experience like? But overall, you tend to just kind of love. And it's through, to me, our perception of rejection that we start to close that love down. So that through that experience of relationships not working out, which, I'll tell you, right? I mean, gosh. And then you're like, how many times am I supposed to do this? And then you say, forget it, I'm not even going to do it anymore. What's the point? But it's not even just about a relationship, a romantic one. It's, a friend of mine lost her cat of 15 years not too long ago. And, and like her, I can completely understand. I had 2 huskies, as most of you know, and I had them for 15 and almost 17 years. And, they are my kids. I don't intend on having physical little human children in the sense coming from me. But so for me, these little guys, they were my children. That was an experience of being a mother, of loving unconditionally, of being frustrated, of not knowing what to do, of feeling helpless, hopeless if they were sick, whatever. And it's not to, that's just my connection to it. And so for some people, that's such a real connection. It's soul to soul, okay? And so for her, she, was having a little service, and she said, I was worried that people would think it was silly because it was an animal and not a person. And I thought, no, how many of us have animals, right? How many, right? I don't know, is there any different, right? It's like a person. We say it's like a person. In fact, it's probably even more evolved than a person. It's more pure, more innocent. Certainly really not going to let you down and not intentionally and really, I would love to say there's no manipulation, but there kind of is. Come on. When they're begging for a bone or a biscuit or a little pat on the head, there's some manipulation going on. But the love that we have is, we start to pick and choose. How are we going to love? We're picking and choosing. How are we going to do that? Well, this one's kind of safe, so I'll love this. This is good. I can love this. This is safe. But this one really, this could break my heart, and so I don't want to do that. It's, in all honesty, part of the reason I probably haven't gotten another pet is because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of, it was really hard. 2 huskies, oh my gosh, they're like the greatest escape artists. And then they don't understand traffic. And so, fear. They're going to get hit. They're going to get hurt. They're going to get stolen. What if I don't do a good job? What if I don't make it? What if they get sick? What if they last and then I got to put them down again? Like, what if, right? There's so many what ifs, so much fear. Love. Yeah, relationships never work out. What's the point of talking to anyone? You know what I'm saying? What's the point? Yeah, forget about it. But it was a comment she made that she goes, I can't talk to my pet. She's also a medium. I can't talk to my pet in spirit. Why can't I talk? Why can't I talk? What's going on? And then her guide said, because you have a plate over your heart. And so she realized because she was guarding, she wasn't being open to messages. She wasn't being open to the communication that was already there for her. So I guess today I'm asking you, give a shot at taking the plate off your heart. Because I feel like the more open our heart can be, not only will we connect better, we're going to connect better with our higher self, you're going to connect better with your guides, you're going to connect better with messages, but you're going to connect better with one another. And, you know, it's, if you perceive that it's not going to work out, if you perceive you're going to be disappointed, if that's, you're already setting the intention of that's what's going to happen. But each relationship has taken you to the next phase, has learned something from it, regardless of that relationship. Now, sometimes it takes a while, right? Because there are times I'll be like, oh gosh, what am I supposed to learn from that? I'm just, I'm like, years later, I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, what was I supposed to learn? Because, but, you know, even through seeing my friends, even through seeing Lisa has the word, you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, that was just one of the greatest things. Over the past year, just watching her completely open up her heart. And see her have a disappointment and see her say, all right, let's do it again. And that's the idea. The idea is, you know, like when you're a kid, right? You fall, get up, dust yourself off, go back out. And it's kind of like, why not? Why did we stop doing that? It's, you know, and when something doesn't serve you, it's having the courage to let that go as well. Sometimes you stay in something way too long, right? How many people have done that? You know? And you find yourself, it's really weird, you know, and I see this a lot in readings, you find yourself justifying the other person. Well, they're going through a tough time. Well, you know, they just got over a breakup and you know, they're working through, I'm letting them have their No. Does it feel good for you? Does it feel good? Is it what you want? Because why settle? If it's not what you want, if it doesn't feel good, have the strength to let it go so that you can bring in something that does feel good, so that you can bring in something for your highest good. So I guess in closing, your assignment for today, you know, I wish I could say it's that simple, right? Oh, just go love. Go love. Go hug a tree and feel it. Feel. But I guess your assignment is to open up your heart today. Then see what comes in. All right. Yay. Message time. Woohoo! We have, like I said, 3 amazing mediums. They've all studied under Lisa personally. And we are going to start off with Mary Boros. So please, warm welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, as I was sitting there meditating, I had all these people coming in my face, and then all of a sudden I realized there is a horse here. Did anybody lose a horse? Or know someone that lost a horse? It might have just been galloping through. I'm not sure, so we will see. So, I have a gentleman here that is an uncle feeling for me, and he almost looks like Alfred Hitchcock. He's got balding hair, and he feels like an uncle, but that might not be right. I see him with a bit of a bigger tummy, and just regular kind of a white shirt, sort of like a golf shirt, and tan pants, kind of tan shoes. Can anybody relate so far? Gentlemen, maybe,
Yeah.
pardon me, you can? Okay. This is a gentleman who is feeling as though he maybe could have said more or said things differently. And he's kind of pulling in on himself and just kind of shaking his head like, darn, I didn't get that right, you know? And he has a lot of emotion still that he's working through, but wants to bring to you so much heartfelt love and is asking for forgiveness. I know that's the message, but he's really adamant about getting that message through. Did he play golf?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of golf kind of like on the golf course, golf clothes. This is someone, I think, he's telling me that he responded like real short, you know, like even with friends too. And I feel as though he turned off a lot of people because of the way that he responded. And I'm getting that it might even been more of a blood sugar problem, that he was so short that it doesn't feel as though that ever came to be like with the doctor. But it seems like it's more physiological, and I don't exactly know that he had symptoms, and I think he was triggered that he should see a doctor, but he never acted on that.
Mm-hmm.
And that may have been like a genetic issue, like with his parents, and he didn't want to more or less succumb to that because he wanted to be strong, just wanted to be a very strong man. And any sort of physicality, any issues with his physical being, he felt as though made him a little bit weaker.
Mm-hmm.
Does this relate
Yeah.
to you? Okay, all right. Is there a little girl in the picture somewhere?
Maybe.
He might even be talking about you when you were a little girl. Is this your father?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I don't believe he was able to spend enough time with you. And for that, I see you as like a little towhead, blonde hair. And boy, he's just giving you a big hug right now. And if he could go back to that, he really would. And he loves you so much. I know that's real generic, but you really have to know that. And right now, I just feel as though that just really pulled him up to be able to say that to you. But he's your guardian angel now. He really is. I'm so chilled. He really wants to let you know that he's here for you, kind of guiding you. Any of that stuff, the messages that you got from him that you weren't good enough, try to just reverse that, because he's telling you how beautiful you are, and that was his stuff, not yours. Okay? There's some Kleenex for you.
Thank you.
One more thing, I feel like he is saying that there's something big, fun, that's going to happen for you. It's like a big boulder is being pushed out of the way, and maybe even it's you hearing this from him, you know, just to free yourself, and like Colby's saying, open your heart, open your heart. There's just a lot of good things coming in store for you. I'm getting a sense that it's business. Are you involved in any kind of business, or do you want to be?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always open to big things coming my way in business.
Okay, because there's something business-like. It's business-like, and it has to do with you possibly meeting a partner, it seems as though, but someone kind of changing your world,
Okay.
okay, for the better. So be open to that,
Okay.
and, oh, so much love for you, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I have a woman here, and like I said, I'm not exactly sure, before I wasn't sure if it was an uncle figure, but this woman comes to me now, and she's just real fun. She's talks incessantly, and she wears one of those visors like when she walks, but she walks real fast like this. And I'm not certain if she's an aunt, not an aunt, but an aunt figure. Could be a friend of a mom's who seemed like an aunt to someone. And, oh, I just feel like I'm short of breath because she was just so hyper. And can anybody relate to this? Not yet. Okay. Can you think about your mom's, anybody in the room, you have a mom, think about your mom's friend, cousin, someone that they grew up together. Can you think about that? Because she's saying it's someone in this room, and it has to do with your mother, and that she was a friend. And growing up, she knew you, and it felt like an aunt to you.
I'm trying not to make it fit, but there's a lot there. I need a little more.
Okay. Did she talk a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she's got curly hair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
The visor, that's real important. And she's skinny, and she wears a fanny pack.
Not that, but she would
Yeah.
It's not a friend, but it could be my mom's mom.
Your mom's mom. Okay, I feel like somehow it's connected with mom. Okay, so we'll see. Boy, she took this world by storm. She was just real into it. She was real into everybody. She'd say what she had to say that was on her mind. She'd just say it. It wasn't rude. She just said, gave an opinion. And I kind of feel like I'm going a little bit more over here. But she was so invested in this life, like I said, that she just was involved with a lot of things. She had a lot of women friends. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And does any of this make sense as far as the...
Yeah, well, she was real involved in all the kids, all her grandchildren. She would be at every sports game.
Okay, stop right there. But does it fit with her energy being real high and talking real fast, walking real fast?
Visor and
visor? Okay, got it. Okay. There we go. All right, because she's showing, and I mean, just the way she's walking, it's just like so fast. She loved life. She really did. She really enjoyed being here. And I feel, though, sometimes I get the sense that she never, like, even though she's involved with everything, I don't feel like she stopped long enough to feel it here. Boy, that message of the heart, it's, you know, the thread today. It was like she was on the surface because she had to get so much done so fast. And so that it took a lot for her to stop and feel with someone. You know, that, let me hug you. And it doesn't feel as though she feels bad about it. It's just that, whoa, she was just moving on really fast. And her husband, I believe, she says, she talked his ear off. Does that make sense? And, you know, he's just like, and she's showing me this picture of, it's just a cartoon where this woman's in the trunk, and this cop stops the guy driving, and the woman gets out of the trunk. He finds the woman in the trunk, and the woman gets out, and she just keeps talking, and the cop puts her back in the trunk, you know, and they keep going. I mean, it's like, that was it. Anybody that was with her, just, you know, they got tired, but they loved her too. They just loved her. And what's her message? Her message is, she's really happy. She sees you as not so much struggling, but wanting more for yourself. And you're a go-getter too. In a sense, you have some of her personality for not quitting. And that she's very proud of you for. Just keep going, because it's going to happen for you. Just keep going, she says. Just keep going. You know, take a little bit of her motor energy, because that's kind of what it feels like. Very loving, just really, really excited about life and talking and people and food. She loved food, too. So, I think that's about it, so just stay strong. Okay? Let's see, who do I have? I'm seeing a cow, and I'm seeing a woman. I don't know what's, every time I come in this room, I swear, I come in this room, I get animals. But here is a woman who is pretty curvy, and she would wear skirts, flowered skirts, and she just had a regular kind of shirt on, V-neck, kind of hair like this, and I feel like she lived on a lot of land and was around animals, and she loved to talk on the phone. Got a lot of talkers today. I asked for strong spirits, so this is what we're getting. This is a woman, she had a lot of friends, she talked on the phone with her friends, she enjoyed that, she loved her friends, and they were her lifeline. Can anybody relate to this? Is this Grandma? Yeah. Grandma. Okay, Grandma.
And the horse name.
Oh, the horse? Okay. Did she have a cow?
She, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they worked a lot of land.
Grandma loves this platform. She, you know, she really does. And you know, and I believe that she has a lot to say because she keeps coming through, and it's important for you. I think you. I'll get to the message in a minute. And I think she showed me this a couple weeks ago, where the house that she had is pretty much the same house as in heaven, but it's a little more remote in heaven. Okay. And like she didn't even put in the grass. She didn't want to be bothered with putting in grass around the house, because that's the way she showed it to me, the White House. Like I said, her friends were her lifeline, and she was the person that, she got a lot from her friends, but she also gave them a lot of advice.
Absolutely.
Okay? And they adored her. And her advice was spot on, to the point that she should have gone to school for it or something. She could have been a psychologist, because she really had a good grip. She too was very happy, and for you, I know your heart hurts, and she's really telling me that your heart hurts, and it's okay. Talk to someone, get some hugs, take care of yourself with this, okay? Grandma really wants you to get some help. Maybe go to a group, even though she says, you keep saying, I'm okay. Here's her psychology. I'm okay, I'm okay. You're not okay. You know, she's just saying you hurt. And she's taking care of your sister, okay? Your sister's there with her. Don't pay attention to that, how she felt, what happened in your sister's life. Please think about yourself right now, and really take extra care of yourself right now. Is your son feeling any grief? I think she's telling me that your son has something to say about your sister, and listen to him too. It might be good just to sit down and talk, you know, not going anywhere, not in the car, just sit down. How do you feel? Just both of you cry, just talk. I don't know if he was very close with your sister. I think they had moments, and he remembers that, but he doesn't quite know how to work it out either. But a bereavement group, something like that, okay? Anyway, that's it. So thank you so much.
Yay! All right, next I would like to introduce Beecham Parker. You've seen him, he led service a couple weeks ago, and so let's give him a nice warm.
Okay, there are a lot of spirit people here, and I'm really excited. And I have a woman that's stepping forward, and she's coming through as mother, and I feel like I'm with you over here, okay? And when I was talking with you earlier, and we were talking about singing, that was important to her. And so she's saying to sing, and because she's saying that her song got cut short. Would you understand that? That it was tragic circumstances, that it was that she went before her time. Okay, would you understand that? Okay. And do you understand the singing as well? Because there's sing. Let yourself, because this woman was very talkative too. She's talk.
Yeah.
So we've got the talkers in the room. She's also shown me the initial M.
Yep. Her
M
name is
as
Mary
well. Okay, yes, okay. And she is very animated. And she said that, you understand, her song got cut short because it was like there's was sadness, and there's still sadness around this, because it's like we wish you were here. And there's also a feeling that she's giving me like you didn't get to say all that you wanted to say to her. She's telling me that there's things that you are saying to her now that you wish you'd have said to her when she was here, when she was passing, because this passing it wasn't a short passing. It was more of a gradual passing, and it was painful.
Yes.
And it also affected many parts of her body. So she's telling me that. But she's taking me down here, too, in this area of the body. But she's putting that with somebody else, that a man that had this, that passed of this as well.
My father had
Okay,
pancreatic cancer.
yes, and he's over there as well. Okay, so, sir, I'm going to ask you to please stay over here. And your mother is just talk. She's so excited. She's so animated. And she was connecting with you. I don't know if you felt that when I was like really greeting you and talking about the singing, and just was, that's how she was. And she says that it's like, kind of like her flame was blown out. Okay, so she's showing me, and she's actually singing or bringing forward a candle in the wind. So I don't know if that's important to you or that's a song you like, but I just have to tell you that. She's still bringing me back to the candle. There's something about lighting a candle in memorial to her, or lighting a candle. She's bringing that candle back, and she won't let go of it. Does somebody like to light candles? We're on the candle thing. So when that happens, I go back and I just ask her for more information. There is somebody who had like a Catholic background, or that lit candles of that nature that are the religious kind.
It could be her in her past.
Okay,
Her child.
so let me just talk a little bit more with her. She's very adamant about doing things that you wouldn't normally do, because she feels like she didn't get to do things because she held herself back, because she was fearful. She was fearful of life, and she liked things to be the same way. Okay, do you understand that? She's telling me to bring up the dish. There's some dish that she's wanting to talk about, that the plate. Eat what's on your plate. We're still with the plate, and eat what's on your plate. Be grateful that you have what's on your plate, because she understands more of how what happened to her body and all. It brought people together too, because there's a bringing of people together. Okay, some people from the family that you didn't have contact with, or that weren't with the family, and it brought them together. Okay, she showed me a ball, but she showed me like somebody has like plays soccer or kicks the ball. And this is somebody that's here in the physical, and she wants to send her love to that person. Okay, do you understand that? The soccer player, okay,
My brother's son.
okay. She is coming over to you, and she's She's saying that you look somewhat like her. You've got, and that people say that, and that she's just saying you have such a beautiful face, but it's not just your face, that people light up when they see you. And so don't be afraid. Uncross, and it's about the heart again. Open your arms and allow people to compliment you. Do not discount the compliments. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. Where it's like, oh no, well that's just something I've had for a long time, or oh, I've had, or, you know. So take in the compliments, okay? So she really wants to send you her love, and let all you know that she's around, and that to sing to the top of your lungs. And she wants everybody to know that it's okay. Don't worry about what other people think, because she worried too much about what other people think, she's telling me. You understand that? Mm-hmm. Yes. So she just wants you to live your life out loud, okay? Not like her, where she held herself back, okay? So blessings, I leave you with I do have a younger male that is stepping forward, and he was getting my attention over there, and he is telling me that he OD'd, or there was some drug overdose as well. Still with you as well? Okay. Me, it's not me, it's God who decides who comes through. He needed to come through because he feels like there's still people that don't understand him. He didn't feel like he was understood when he was here. He really needed to come through. The souls are saying that he needs to come through and let people know, because he had troubled experiences throughout, and there was something about coming close to crossing over a couple times, okay, as well. He's telling me to say Daniel. There's a D, Daniel. Okay, so I'm going to give you that name. Okay.
He has a friend named Diallo.
Okay. Just take that, because he didn't feel like he fit in. He didn't feel like he fit in, and he's saying it's all in that whole theme of what your mother was, to be who you are, to live your life out loud, because he felt very misunderstood. Okay. And you know, he was attractive. I mean, he was handsome. He had people that, people were shocked that he passed this way. And I have to say that there was some, I don't know if they tried to pump his stomach, or there was something related to his stomach, and because he's calling my attention there. He's showing me the number 18 as well, 18. So it could be the 18th, but I'm just seeing the number 18. He's also saying he has the dog there with him. There's a dog that's there with him. And he wants everybody to know that the dog made it safely there. And the dog, this is a real happy dog that's like jumpy, like bouncing around. Okay, so. Let the others know that I'm okay. That, because there's some that still haven't gotten over how he got over there. Okay? Don't take it upon themselves. He says that's really important, to let them know, do not take it upon yourselves. Okay, he's like rocking out. He's like rocking out, and I'm hearing Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine, and that whole thing. So, blessings, I leave you with this love. I do feel like I've got a father that's stepping forward, and he's telling me that he was hard on his son, so his son is here. And I feel like I'm pulled in your direction, to you. would you understand, is your father, would it be accurate that your father's over in spirit?
Yeah.
And he's critical, or he's like hard on you? He's also telling me that, I don't know why he's doing this, so hold on a second. Would you understand that there was a heart condition or a heart-related condition as well? Okay, that was an interesting way to get that. Okay, but green is the heart chakra, so let me just go with him here for a moment because, oh gosh, chill bumps. Big man in his, you thought you were bigger than him. So there's something about you and him not seeing eye to eye at times. And he's saying, put up your dukes. So, do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just talk with him a little bit more. He's given me a pain up here in my shoulders, or up here in this area of my back. So would you understand that? Being with you or somebody that you were talking to recently, because he's putting that over there like it's here in the physical. And I'm observing and I see what's happening.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
He's also telling me that the month of October is significant as well. October. You understand that as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay? Yes. Okay, and discipline. I'm saluting. He had a military connection as well. That's my sign for military, but it's like an attention. So he expected you to do your chores, do this, get this done. There's also a maritime or a naval or a ship that's involved as well with his service. It could have taken him somewhere, but I'm telling you that he's showing me that as well. He's like looking up to you, so he was a bit shorter than you because he's looking up to you, and I see him like looking up at you. He says that you know a lot more than he thought you knew when he was here. So he wouldn't listen. He was like set in his own ways, and he wouldn't listen. But you still told him what you thought. So that's what he's telling me.
That's spot on.
Okay, so he's thrilled to be here. He says he's been here before. He's talked to you before here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not, oh, maybe so.
Here.
Yeah.
He's pointing here. Some other people are saying, because he's got a sense of humor. He's showing me like the cartoons and an arrow coming, like going like this, like, you know, like Looney Tunes. At times, there were people that thought he was Looney Tunes. So he's showing me Looney Tunes. Okay? That's interesting. Because see, what happens is I'll go back and say, okay, he's like holding on to Looney Tunes. So he's like, oh my gosh, this guy's a character too. He's just telling me to say Bob. Okay, so Bob, as I'm going to give you these names because it's my responsibility to give them as I get them. And you may know Bob. Okay, Bob is like behind you. So Bob is back in the family. Okay, so there's a Bob that's back in the family. Okay, all right. Bob, we've only got 4 minutes, so I think that we should finish with his father. Maybe you can come back next time. Okay. Really, that's how we talk to him. I just did it out loud, right? That's how we do it. It's because we're respectful of them. So, and Bob's over in spirit, so been there for some time. Your dad is saying that you're starting something new and that to believe in it fully. Do you understand that? You do something with production or something with film or something with something like that, and he's saying move forward. Because there's been some delay, he told me. There's been some delay. So he's around and he is nudging you forward. Because he really, didn't do so when he was here. It was like that. So, blessings, I leave you with his love.
Thank you, Beecham. Yay. Our last medium for today is Terri Huberman. So come on up, please.
Can I ask for a minute favor, please, if everybody could please just stand up for a brief moment, turn around in a circle, and then have a seat. Thank you. Thank you. Good night. No. Just kidding. I just needed a little bit of a vibrational change, and so I appreciate you indulging me in that. So thank you very much. Okay. I'm logging into the Universal Internets, and let's see what I'm getting. Okay. I'm drawn to this side of the room, so I will just start with that information. And I have a gentleman coming through, and he's a tall gentleman. He's thin. Oh, and he's very handsome, and he's charming, and he speaks very eloquently, and he speaks like directly to you. So he makes you feel special, like you're the only one in the world. And he has a really great way with the ladies. So, and I am drawn to this side of the room, but I don't want to necessarily say it's not this side of the room, but I just am feeling drawn. So far, can anybody connect to? Okay, great. There was more?
Yeah, I somewhat of a connection too.
Okay, let's do some more investigation here. So there's a connection to alcohol. I'm not saying he's an alcoholic. I'm just saying that there's a connection to alcohol. Let me go a little bit further into that. I'm hearing the word distillery, if that makes any sense. And there's a sense of, did you want to say something?
Well, I had an uncle. He lived in Florida.
Okay.
He was tall. He drank. He was a ladies' guy.
Okay.
I'm not sure about his suaveness. I never saw him that much.
Okay.
He came out to visit on occasion, but my grandparents are from Canada.
Okay.
And they ran illegal
Okay.
distilleries.
Oh, distillery. Okay. Okay, well,
They got kicked
I was
out.
just about to shut you up, but thank you for saying that.
Too much information.
No, because there's no. First of all, let me say I appreciate that, and I apologize for almost shutting you up. But I was gonna say that there's a word of shadiness to this, and when you said illegal distillery, it's like, oh, okay, glad he said that. So thank you. And yes, I do feel that this gentleman did have a suaveness with the ladies. I get the sense that he's actually a really smart gentleman. Would I be correct in saying that? Okay. Would I be correct in saying that he has dark hair? Okay, great. I'm pretty sure I'm with you then. I'm getting the letter M. Okay, so I'm just going to give that to you and see if there's a connection with that. The connection, thank you, the connection to that M is a female feeling to it. Okay,
It
so...
could be my grandmother.
Okay.
Her name was Maria.
Okay, Maria, okay. Well, I'm just going to give that to you. We'll see if maybe there's a connection to that. Okay, so he's now showing me an elderly woman who has gray hair and that is kind of up in a bun. Would that make any sense to you?
Up in a bun?
Sort of like a bun.
French toast?
No, like, okay, think Little House on the Prairie-ish type, with their hair up like in a bun. Think more 1800s styles. And if it's not connecting right now, that's fine. Maybe down the road.
No, there might be a connection.
Okay. There's a feminine connection to this, and he's just showing me this woman. So I'm not sure why he's showing me this woman. Okay, he's telling me that that's his mother, so I don't know if that would make any sense to you. It's interesting because he's describing her, okay? So it's almost like I have them both here, so that kind of tells me that he, yeah, I do feel like they're together. And it's his mother, so that would be, I feel like I want to say your grandmother. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like, well, I'm just gonna, I feel like there's a grandmother connection to you.
It's possible. I didn't know my grandparents.
Okay.
Both sides of my family, they passed before I was born.
Okay. And he's telling me that she wore a lot of the color gray. Okay. So there's a lot of gray around this woman. So I just want to give you that information.
I get gray a lot with me.
Okay. Maybe the connection with you. Okay. Because there's a definite significance with gray. There's something about law enforcement. Okay, thank you. There's something about, I'm hearing the word caught, like, close to caught. Okay, so close to caught. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. I'm just going to give that information to you. If you don't know it right now, that's okay. But there's a sense of law enforcement. There's a connection to being close to caught. Oh, okay. He's giving me that sense that it's actually connected to you. Would that make any sense?
The only thing I associate with law enforcement is Archangel Michael, because I work a lot with him.
Okay.
And well, no, because you said the M was a female.
The M was a female, yes.
Okay.
Yes, but there's something about law, there's a connection. He's telling me there was a law enforcement connection with you, that there was an almost caughtness feeling to it, but he's telling me that about you.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give that to you.
Okay.
Okay, so he's giving me a number now. Okay? The number is 19.
Oh my God.
That makes sense to you. Okay, I'm great.
Wow, I don't know what that is.
You don't have to share the significance if you don't want. As long as you know what it is, that's
It
what.
follows me everywhere, and it's my
Okay.
birthday.
And it's your birthday.
On the
Okay.
19th.
Well, I'm definitely with you. He's
Yeah.
acknowledging you. Let me see if I can get a message from
Okay.
him. Oh, okay, so the word gumption came up. So it's almost like he's saying he wish you had more gumption, if that makes any sense. He says, forward moving. So he's kind of like going forward. I need to be able to communicate this to you. And I'm having a hard time putting words to it. I apologize. There's a feeling. I just have to...
Yeah, right, I understand.
Okay. I'm going to sort of show you.
Go ahead.
Like, if there's your goal,
Yeah.
the door is your goal, this has got to be you. Okay?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave that with you. Just All right, I've got a fruit. Does anybody have a fruit in no, I'm seeing a strawberry. So let's find out what this strawberry means. Okay, gardening. Okay. So there's a connection to earthiness and being one with the land. It feels like a female that I'm actually, please step forward, don't be. So there's a sense of shyness. And a sense of, okay, I'm going to say the word subservience only because it's like she's coming like this. And a sense of holiness and subservience and going with the earth and like being one with the earth and gardening. Does that make sense to anybody? That makes sense to you? Okay. I'm not saying she was a nun, but there's like a nun-like feel. Does that make sense? Oh, this is my first one. Because there's definitely a sense of holiness and just like, there's a calm serenity behind her. However, it almost feels like there was an incident that brought her to it. Does that make any sense to you? That makes sense to you. Okay. Okay. So there was a harshness that happened, something very uncomfortable that completely sort of disassembled her, which led her in this direction of like holiness and serenity and calmness. Does that make sense? That makes sense to you? Okay. She's showing me herself with long black-brown hair. Does that make sense? Okay. I just want to, so you're feeling like, okay, I feel like there's one more thing that I have to, information that I have to get. she's a very bright, intelligent, creative woman. Does that make sense to you? Okay, now I'm confident I can say I'm with you. I just wanted to make sure. This woman has so much love. All of a sudden, it's like she stepped out of her shyness and came into herself. So there was a sense of acceptance that she finally accepted about her specialness. Does that make sense to you? Yeah. Okay. It's very interesting because I can feel a complete past and then the switch to the future. Does that make sense to you? Like, it was almost like she had to leave the past behind, come to herself and move forward. Oh, I thought you were raising your hand.
No, I'm telling you 5 minutes.
Okay, got it. There's a sense of nurturing younger, okay, so, all right. It's really weird. I'm just gonna say, I'm seeing dinosaur eggs, but the dinosaur eggs are being cultivated so that the dragon can come out. Okay, so she's showing me imagery of like, I'm gonna say fantasia or, I don't know the genre, but it's almost like Games of Thrones type thing, which gives me I almost feel like there's a real connection with her and animals and helping them thrive. Does that make sense to you? Okay, great. And she's saying to me, I smile more now. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but she's saying that she smiles a lot more now. She's actually in more peace now than she was from her transition. I'm just going to give that to you, okay? And she's showing me now, she's drawing my attention to like this area. Does that make sense to you? Okay. And she's giving me a little bit of, I don't want to say queasiness, but it's like squeeziness. So she's giving me the sense that there might have been like stomach issues or trunk issues. Would I be correct in saying that? Okay, great. Okay. Okay. So I feel like now she's going to be coming through with a message. So I'm just going to go ahead and give that to you. And she's saying, okay. I got it. She's saying, take more time to cultivate things, almost like there's too much of a rush. Take your time. So she took her time with everything. What she brought mindfulness to it, she was able to take her time, and she would like to see you take more time. So that's the message that she's giving to you, just cultivate things more, okay? I'm going to go ahead and leave that with you. I'll be back.
Oh yeah, it's on. Alright? Just saying. How exciting was that? Wasn't that great? I'll go ahead and just give one message. I know. It's hard when they all like want to kind of talk, right? You have to say which one's gonna like be the strongest that you're gonna kind of let forward. And I want to say, man, it was a toss-up. But today it was, to me, it feels like a man is stepping forward, stronger than the rest. He feels very much like a father energy to me. He's a very straight and narrow shooter, and you know, he's showing me, but he's just trying to be cool about it. He's got like a couple, I think his hair was thinning on top with a couple little pieces like kind of off to the side, but he's like, but it looked good. And I'm like, so I think, you know, I don't know, I feel like at some point he must have had more hair and then it kind of got like that, because that's why he's like, it's fine, it's fine, all right? I also feel like he definitely feels to me that he had been someone who was respected or kind of had it all together. Like, he feels like he was a good dude to me. He feels, he's giving me the feeling of like really being there. Not mushy or super emotional, but he was there. To me, he showed up. To me, he was there, okay? I'm also getting a J. I don't know if it's John or Jason around the name, but there's, or Jack, but there's a J around it as well. Can anyone relate? You can relate? Okay. And you can relate also? Okay. I also get the feeling of... There's also a feeling of something with like, my stomach just felt a little nauseous. So is it around the stomach that we're having problems? Okay, so this is, I do feel more drawn to you. And I'm surprised though, this would be your father?
Grandfather.
Oh, just
Father's father.
Okay, just only because when I asked, he's like, it's not the exact connection, and I'm like, okay, but I already said father, so thank you for that, I appreciate it. He's also given me the feeling of, I almost feel like there was a pipe or some sort of smoke, so I'm not sure if you remember a pipe or some sort of...
I think so when I was little.
Something in his, you know, because I want to do this, you know?
Adventures.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My grandmom always told me, my grandmom was like, you know, the one thing, you always want to take care of your teeth. You don't want to get to my age and have to have a bridge. So sure enough, like I'm like a flosser, a brusher. He's also giving me the feeling of, he just wants to talk about all the transition happening right now. I feel like it's been 3 or 4 months of heavy transition, of you trying to find your feet on the ground, you know what I mean? He's also giving me the feeling of letting you know there's more support than you think. So maybe on some levels, I don't know if you felt a little abandoned, but he's saying that to let you know that there's more support than you feel, okay? He's also saying, I don't quite get this, hang on one second. He's saying, he's like, shake a tail feather, like, get out there and shake your booty more, all right? So, but he showed me like and I'm like, it's awkward seeing a grandfather do that. So part of me is like,
it's awkward he would tell me that.
But it's a feeling like, but he's also just saying, you know, it's I almost feel like he wants to call you by your middle name also. So it's you know, like almost like Terry Jane. I don't know what your middle name is, but what is your middle name?
Susan.
Okay, Terry Susan. Da 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 da. Like I feel like he wants to say that, and he wants to tell you that. I'll just say this too. There's a connection, I feel like, with one of your parents, and maybe it's more of the mother's side, where he's saying the understanding will come through. The understanding will come full circle. So I'm not really sure what that's about, if it's just a thing where they're still dealing with who you are or your transition of you kind of stepping in and feeling like you're meeting their expectations or something, okay? But just a feeling of letting you know that it's all loving for you, that it's all coming forward for you, all right? And also to let you know, I feel like there's a few more opportunities coming up this particular year for you, all right? This to me feels more mediumship opportunities than something else, okay? So it's almost like get out there, put yourself out there, stand up and do it. All right, just kind of stand up, get outside, and open up your heart to do, the heart thing again, right? Yeah. And just get outside and get out there and do it, all right? Because there's also, like, I feel like there's something around October that's also coming up.
Oh yeah, there is something coming up in October.
Okay, perfect. I feel like that's going to be really good, a really good experience for you, okay? So to really kind of step in and embrace it. And also just to really remember to kind of really stay connected to what's it's really important, like fully opening to be of service, fully opening to be of service. So kind of keep pushing towards that. So keeping your feet on the ground, but pushing up. So like maybe don't let, you know, the little chatter get you so much. You know, the head chatter. Okay? And he just wants to kind of say, he always loved your giggle. So you must have this cute little giggle when you're a kid, because he always loved the giggle. And I feel like he either would do something to make you giggle or make little jokes to make you giggle, but there's a feeling of the giggling that always he's bringing forward the giggle. So he's like, don't forget to giggle. Okay. So I'll leave that with you. Okay? Announcements. There are messages written in the back by Rosa. So please, if you got a message today, stop, take the message. She painstakingly, carpal tunnel setting in. She's become ambidextrous so that she can continue to write. She's such a trooper. So make sure you get your message. There's a donation box in the back if you feel inspired to give back. Anyway, it just goes right back into the process here. As far as announcements, we have a closed circle. This is a closed medium circle that I'm going to start. I think it's the 25th. So that will be a 5-week circle. We're going to post it. So there's a Facebook page, a group, excuse me, that I created. It's LWISSD, Family and Friends. So you can join that group on Facebook. That gives you all the latest updates and stuff. And if you want to work on mediumship or want to be part of a closed circle, it will only be 5 weeks long. There'll be a link. When the link is up, I'll put it on there. You can sign up. It'll be a first come, first serve basis. You just got to be ready for me, though. And there is a mediumship demonstration I'm doing in just a couple of weeks. It's Thursday, March 19th. It's me and another friend, student of Lisa's, Khalees Simone. Would love for you to get a ticket, join us. It will be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a great time. We're going to have some Q&A at the end. So I think it will be great.